Hello and welcome to episode 4 of World Edit with Circular30. Today we shall be going over the World Edit brushes. These are basically the more simpler to use version of Voxel Sniper, which if you don't know is a plugin that lets you remotely modify the world similar to World Edit, but with more advanced, terraforming features. So, as you can see here in my inventory, I have a long string of dies. Really any item, such as, let's pull a diamond. Any item that you can right-click with, and it will not create a block when you do so, would work. So a diamond would work, piece of charcoal, coal, iron, gold, ingots, feathers. String does not work anymore, because as you can see in my hotbar, it's an item, but when I right click it turns into a block, so string does not work. And also I would disadvise against bone meal, because if you fly too close to what you are going to want to use, it could grow grass blocks. Anyways, so brushes are basically a sphere or a smooth brush that's at your fingertips. So I have a diamond in my hotbar here, and I will type br/br, a single slash, which is different from the other word edit commands, which use double slashes. A single slash br space the type of brush. In this case, I'm going to be using a sphere. And or a sphere, and the other two block types or brush types that you can use are a cylinder or a smooth brush. So /br sphere, then the material that you're going to want the brush to be. In this case, I'm going to use dirt. And then the radius. For this server, it's 5. Most times the radius limit is 5. It could be anything from 1 block to 5 blocks. And if you are using Word Edit in single player, then you can change that radius to be something insane like 30 blocks. So I have now bound a tool to this item. It doesn't do anything when I right click with another block, but if I right click with this diamond, as you can see, it just spawned a large dirt sphere. And I can do so with that, but it will not bind to any other item, and it doesn't bind to that slot. It just binds to this item. So I just made five spheres here, so I'm going to undo 5 times. Voila. So you can right click with a simple brush and make a sphere. Then if the next command is a mask command. I can type mask and then the material that I only want my brush to affect. So in this case, my floor here is made out of sandstone, so I'm going to type sandstone. Now it will replace only the sandstone with my brush material. Under it, you can still see that there is the stone layer. Now, say I actually wanted to affect that stone layer. How would I do that? I will simply add more items to that mask. So I have sandstone, that I will provide a comma with no space and add stone afterwards. Now it will replace the sandstone and the stone with my brush material, and underneath it is all great. So that is a basic brush command. Now onto the kind of thing that you can do with it. Say I went br sphere stone 5, and I create myself an arch. Oop. And I forgot that. To clear your mask, you simply type mask without anything else, and that will disable it. So now I can make fully 3D spheres again. So right here, I am making an arch. Oop. making an arch and failing. But there, that's suitable. So I have made an arch here. Now I can set the mask to stone, because that's what the arch is made out of, and then do br dirt, or br sphere, dirt 4, because I don't want to go all the way down, I just want the top layer to be that. So I will go around replacing the top of this with dirt. And as you can see here, it only affects the top layer because it is of a smaller radius size. Now, if I wanted the top of that to be grass, I can type br sphere grass 2 and then mask the dirt. And now I can paint the top of the dirt with grass. And now if you do this, if you do too big of a radius of grass, then you can change all of the dirt to grass, and while that's not harmful, it will all die. That's not on the top level, as you can see here. It's dying out from a lack of light level. It does lag the game if you do too much of it, so I would not recommend doing so. And we have just made a house, or a grassed arch. Now, just plant a few trees. And voila, it's as good as natural. So now, onto the next brush command. Say I actually wanted this to be smoothed. I think that it has too high of a height map. Maybe I don't like this corner over here and how it just drops down. I can do br smooth, and then I can't set a material because it'll use whatever is already there, but it does have two components. You have an X component and a Y component. So for this case, or an X and a Z, I guess you could say. So say I wanted the X to be 5 and the Z to be 5. That will make a 5 by 5 block, and once I right click, it will smooth out the height map. Or will attempt to do so. I know why. It's also affected by the mask. But as you can see here, it's now smoothing out every block, including the leaves. So in this case, I would just set a mask excluding the leaves and the logs from that smoothing, so it will only smooth the grass and the stone under it. So as you can see here, this kind of looks retarded. And I am back, and I have fixed that little situation there. Anyways, that was the smooth command in action, and now there is another brush. It's known as the cylinder brush. So I'm going to show you how that works. As you can see here, it'll just make a flat disc. Oh. Excuse me. Just make a flat disc that's 1 high. Now, if what tool did I have that bound to? Just rebind it. So now, say I wanted that to be a 3 high cylinder, just add an extra variable, and voila. This is very useful if you are wanting to make tall towers like such. Nice and smooth. There are other ways to do this. It's a ambiguous generation command, but that will be got into in a later episode. And once again, handy dandy clear command. Oh, the magic's a world edit. And laziness for the win. I will also get into that command in a future episode. And anyways, that was it for brushes, and I will see you guys later.